CGI, a huge topic talked about a lot in the anime world. But is it good for anime? Before I answer that question, let's take a look at what CGI actually is. CGI stands for Computer Generated Imagery, basically animation produced by a computer. Production studios usually tend to only include some scenes with CGI and leaving the rest of the show to animation. However, this ends up making CGI stand out even more, as viewers are usually able to tell when a human draws a scene rather than when a computer produces it. But other animes have taken CGI a step further. Beastars and Berserk are anime that are fully produced by CGI. Now, obviously anime fans absolutely hated the animation in these shows and they received lots of backlash. So why do animation studios even use CGI in the first place? The answer is pretty simple. It's to save time and money. CGI allows animators to take one scene that they would usually spend hours on and shrink that time in about 10 minutes as the computer does all the work for them. This also allows production studios to pay their employees less, which ends up saving them more money. Now, with how the anime industry is today and how ruthless fans are about new animation arriving, it only makes sense that production studios start using more and more CGI to keep up with the high demand for new shows. For example, in my opinion, Bluelock was definitely rushed. In order to get the show out during the World Cup, the production studio definitely relied on CGI to help them cut down on production time. Now, the smart thing that they did was that they chose scenes that didn't have too much effect on the anime. Characters running back and forth during play isn't very pivotal to the show, but you could definitely tell that they were taking shortcuts. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing as it helped the production studios and the animators, it just doesn't look good. Now let's take a look at when CGI was used in a way that I think all animation studios should use CGI. Ufotable is an amazing animation studio and they have such good animation that some will even say that their animation carries Demon Slayer. Now, I totally disagree with this statement, but there's no denying the fact that their animation is top tier and top quality. And in the situation where Ufotable used CGI, they used CGI to try and enhance a fight scene. For example, during Muichiro's fight with something that Gyoko had spawned in, Ufotable used CGI to make the demon fish more realistic and 3D. And sure, it stands out, but I think it gives life to the fish and overall doesn't have much effect on the anime. But where Ufotable actually used CGI successfully was during Tanjiro's fight with Tengu, specifically the Hatred clone and his wood manipulation. The specific scene they used CGI on was when the Hatred clone spawned in the wooden dragon. The use of CGI in this scene is absolutely insane. The dragon blends in with the animation perfectly. It's pretty much clear that the dragon is CGI, but the difference between this scene and others is that Tanjiro is able to blend in with the dragon. When Tanjiro is dodging the dragon, it almost looks as if the dragon is going to come out of the screen and bite the viewer. It's so realistic that you can tell that only a computer would be able to do something like this. No animator is going to be able to add the minor details of the dragon slithering back and forth and the bites that look like the dragon is going to come out of the screen. A scene like this makes me think that CGI will benefit anime and animation studios just need time to figure out how and when to use it. So let me answer the question on everyone's mind. Is CGI good for anime? And my answer is absolutely it is. Well, technically. I think that production studios shouldn't rely on CGI to save them time and help them cut down on costs unless they absolutely have to. And instead should only use CGI to enhance a scene. So animes like Beastars and Berserk that only use CGI are definitely a no-go. But I think the way that Demon Slayer uses CGI is the only way CGI should be used unless you're going to animate a scene that doesn't have much of an impact on the anime. Like in Bluelock, when the characters were running, the production studios turned to CGI to save on the budget. This allowed them to spend more time on intense scenes like when the characters were going to shoot or score. The point is, CGI made the anime better. Whether it was enhancing a scene or just saving the animators time so they could make another scene better. Either way, in both situations, CGI was used to make these animes better. Anyways guys, that is my take on CGI, but what do you think? Should CGI be normalized in anime? But as always, thank you so much for watching this video as we are currently on the path to 4,000 watch hours. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the last video as I was able to take in about 60 watch hours in about a day. So thank you guys so much for that and comment Gyoko if you made it to the end of this video and as always I will heart your comment. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next one.